I'm live. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, just setting up my phone here. Welcome, welcome to anybody who's coming in. I like to have because I can see what's going on in YouTube then if I find myself here on my phone. It says upcoming. Oh, maybe it won't go live until the time ticks down. Hello, Lori. Welcome, welcome. Snowy day, huh? It's sunny and cold here. All right, so I'm gonna make a few announcements first and show you this, and then we'll get into our project. I have a hard time finishing projects, okay? It's just the way it is because my brain is always good morning, good morning. Lori, what time zone are you in? I have to get my time zone squared away. I was just wondering, are you Mountain Time? And is that how many hours different from Eastern? Like Central, I know is 1 hour. Pacific, I think is 3 from me. I have a friend in Colorado. It's 9:38 in the morning. So 9, 10, 11. Okay, so you're 2 hours. Mountain. So mountains too. Okay, cool. It's just so weird thinking about that. And then my bonus son who lives in England, he's depends on the time of the year. I think now he's like 6 hours ahead of me. So every time I think I want to send him a message or talk to him, it's like the middle of the night. He doesn't appreciate it when Mama Lori doesn't remember what time it is. Okay. Now let's see. I think my countdown's ready. Maybe I need to. It always makes me a little apprehensive. Trying to find myself up. I'm live. All right, turn my phone sound down. Now, this is the difficult part for me, waiting for folks to come in, because you hate to repeat yourself, too much. I mean, let's face it, I'm going to repeat myself. Part of that's my age. So what I'm planning is to finish up, hopefully, now, how did I do that? I've got blue dots all over my wrist. Look, I have no idea how I did it. Okay, she's a little scary. Hello, chicken pot pie. Good morning, good morning. Now there's another issue. Barbara, what time is it where you are, Barb? I'm trying to figure out my time differences. What time of the day it be for you? Oh, thanks, Lori. Oh yeah, I was going to say somebody in chat last week, I think it might have been Peggy, said to put some flowers on her dress. So I'm going to do that. So I went ahead and I did my little flower centers. It might be a little too many flowers. But hey, Peggy, I was just talking about you. Are your ears burning? So I'm going to put little flowers in there. Maybe I'll put a flower here or there on her wings. And I misspoke about whose artwork this is. So I got to straighten all that up. But okay, there's 6 of us, so I'll get ready to roll in a minute. Get ready to rock and roll in a minute. Alrighty, first just wanted to say that I am planning to do a special standalone video in memory of Holly Dalton. And I'm working on that. I've got my ideas together. I got to work out some technical things. And so be looking for that. Hopefully in the next few days, I'll have that up and running. And I've been invited to be part of a collab. Is that how they say it? With Maria's Miscellany. And she's calling it, this is a mouthful, girls. Hashtag second Saturday stash/7. I'm going to put that on my community tab. We're starting March 12th, and I'm sorry to say I don't remember everybody that's involved. I know Lisa Conway, I believe, is involved. Myself, of course, Maria. I think she said Susan Hiles. I'm not sure. But I'll check all that out and recheck that. Oh, I miss Holly so much. It's just unbelievable. But Holly and I spoke pretty much every day. Well, not spoke, but messaged back and forth several times. It's a real hole in my life. Sorry, girls. Okay. So the first thought I had myself controlled. Sorry, I need a minute. Okay. So Maria is providing a list of 7 items, and her idea is to use at least one, but try to challenge yourself to use all 7. And she's inviting everyone to join in and then post, what you create. I don't know if you can read my writing here. So this is Maria's list. She starts it off in March. So she's asking us to use one new item, a forgotten item, some rickrack, ugly paper, fuzzy fabric, an old sticker. Oh, I didn't cross my T or dot my I. And something star-shaped. Look at me, I didn't cross that T either. Woo! So, if you're interested to follow this or play along, hey, Brenda, good morning. If you're interested to play along, check out Maria's Miscellany. That's her YouTube channel. And we're going to get that going. March 12th, second Saturday in the month. And then I wanted to mention that this afternoon from 2 to 4, if you're interested, my sister is involved with not only essential oils, my youngest sister, Jackie, with essential oils, but she's now involved with a company called Red Aspen. And I'll put this on my community tab. She's having a live on Facebook this afternoon from 2 to 4. And I'm mostly interested in the nails. We would call them press-on nails, but the quality is much better than what we would get at Walmart. The designs are amazing. So she's going to be showing some of their products. And I'm going to, in the future, we're working out a date where Jackie will come on with me and show you how they work. They're very reasonably priced. And I'm telling you, the designs, I ordered, I don't know, 4 or 5 sets. Because what I purchased is one visit to the nail salon. Oh, thanks, Lori. I didn't even think to ask you to put that in. That's wonderful. Thank you. There's Maria's channel info. So if you're interested, check my community tab after, because Jackie said you can probably find, not probably, you can find her on Facebook, and she's got, can you see that? Jackie, spelled really weird, but cute. Jackie Donut on Facebook. This is Facebook. If you want to tune in, she's going to have giveaways. Of course, you can watch the replay. And the company name is called Red Aspen. And they've got a couple of different things. Some lashes, some lip glosses, but the nails are to die for. And and then I'll be having her as a guest at some point because my order's in. So excited because look at these bad boys. All right. Okay. I love my nail salon girl. Still will go there for my toes. But if these hold up and I can art in these and they look fab, I might totally switch over. Okay, so now I did a standalone last week, I guess. and I called it a light bulb moment. So if you haven't checked that out and you have time, it's only about 10 minutes, I think. And so, what is Peggy saying? Just like sugar plums dancing in my head, I have visions of new art supplies. Ooh, yes. Love new. Love new item. I think Maria was thinking a new item, maybe. Well, I don't know. Anyway. Hey, Lori, thanks so much. That's great. There's my sister. Okay. So this is my light bulb idea. I was thinking about a project and I want a stamp to go with that project. I have a lot of stamps. Oh my gosh, do I have a lot of stamps? More than I thought I had. And I saw this old dictionary sitting on the floor. Now I did take out a section, so I've readjusted the sections a little bit, and I made myself tabs so that I can, find the sections easily. But basically what I've done is said, okay, I have some dragonflies. I went to the D section, just stamped them in, and then I marked where I stored it. Now, in hindsight, I guess I could really put this in pencil or I could erase, but I don't have a lot of room. I'm probably not going to be moving stuff around so much. And like this little image here, see, he didn't stamp so well on the dictionary pages. So I just stamped it on a piece of white paper and washi taped it in. And then I'm cross-referencing. So like if I have a pumpkin, let's see, I have 2 pumpkins here. I not only put the pumpkins in the P section, I also went to the F section because the way my brain works, they're fall. Some of this ink still feels a little weird. They're fall. So I popped them in the fall section as well. And I'm just using old ink pads that I have laying around that, are hard for me to throw out. So I'm using those up, which is great. I've thrown out, I don't know how many of those because I used them up. So that's wonderful. And then like I have in the W section, I put words. And if the words aren't nice and bold like this, where I can see them really well, then I'm stamping them on little white slips of paper. See, like this, I just stamped the whole doggone thing. This is a Timmy one, I think. And I just pop that in with some washi tape. And then I can just go and look. And actually, I could really stamp under there. But I'm thinking in some sections, like say my S section, there's quite a few because I've got script and I've got ships and I've got all kinds of stuff, right? Sentiments, I decided to put sentiments. So if I run out of room, I can always add pages and stamp. So this is my light bulb moment. Now this might not work for everybody, but I think it's going to work for me. And the other thing I mentioned on the little video is that when I have a particular line of stamps that I might have a lot of, hey Mina, good morning. Oh, thanks, Mina. So if I have a particular, okay, I have a lot of Tim Holtz. All right, I'm secretly in love with Tim Holtz. Gotta say it, it's just the truth. Just the truth. Okay, so then I'm marking these. I really refrained from just putting Timmy in case my memory gets a little poor and I forget who Timmy is. I put Tim Holtz. So I'm stamping those and cross-referencing. So if I want to use a Timmy stamp, I can just go to the T section and look for my Timmy stamps, and there they are. So if you think that'll work for you, wonderful. I think it's going to be great for me. And just as a little side note, still haven't found a stamp for the project I have in mind. Might have to buy a stamp. Well, one might not exist, so I may have to just draw it. It was so funny. I was looking back at this video to make sure everything was, kind of looked okay. And because I don't go back and edit or do any of that jazz, I don't really know how to do it. It takes a lot of time. I'm a very impatient person, so I didn't do that. But I do listen to them to just make sure I don't say anything, really out of whack. And I say the word drawer funny. Drawer. I guess it's my Philly accent. I don't know. I didn't really think I had a Philly accent, but apparently I do. All right. So this is what I was working on last week. I always feel like I should say, excuse me, I'm going to take a sip of something because I think you probably can hear me gulping in the microphone. I think that may just be true. So I pulled out some of my paints. Oh my goodness, I keep moving my mouse and losing my screen. There we go. So I think it was Peggy that mentioned last week that maybe putting flowers on her dress. So I did the dots on her blouse, and I'm going to put some flowers. And I think it was Mina that said these are wings, and I think she is correct. And I misspoke, so I want to clear that up. Hey, Colleen, hello. She is not a Maxine Thomas gal. She is a Vicki Sherman. Now, where did I put Vicki's book? I do apologize. So I'll put it correctly in, and I'll correct the other video from last week. And here she is. So I'm looking through all my Maxine books and I'm like, what? And then I spied this Kindred Hearts, and this is by Vicki Sherman, and she's got the Garden Angels. So they're hers. So of course I'm switching it up a little bit. First of all, it's not full length because my board wasn't that big. So here she's got an earth angel. Look how adorable she is. And her other things are cute too. Look at this one with the little glasses on her face. She looks like my granddaughter. And the little hats. I mean, how cute are they? But Mina's exactly right. Oh, look at that. Wouldn't Holly love that cat? Oh my goodness. Let's see. The original, let me just give you a measurement here. The original template here is probably about 17 inches. See, I don't have it out flat. Yeah, about 17 inches, give or take a half inch. Okay, they're all adorable. And years ago, you could get those like barrel slats. You probably can still get those. I think I did one or two on those. So here's that gal finished. And of course, you can do it, any way you want. That one's got the little bunnies. This one is winter. Look at the little snowman down there. Now this pattern here with this snowman, as I digress, I have done that on I can't tell you how many things. That's very popular. That sold very well for me in my various outlets where I sell my things. Okay, let's see here. Oh, painter's tape is sticking. Ooh. I mean, look how cute that is, right? Simple, but really cute. Now, here's the little gal we're working on. So today, hopefully, I'm going to finish up her hair. She's more of a redhead. I'm going to do her dress, put the bees in. And, I got to put the door in the beehive and then the bouquet of flowers. So there you have it. Hi, Aunt Beck. I was watching you gals stitching. Some nice work going on there at the Magical Touch earlier today. Okay, so I pulled out my thicket, which is what I am going around the outside of my angel wings, and I'm just not sure I'm thrilled about that, but it probably looks okay, but I'm just not, I don't know, I'm not quite cray about it. Okay. And All right, so I did the dots on the dress because I wanted those to dry, and then I'm going to show you. I know, right, Laura? It's a really cute book. There's a lot of cute stuff in there, but I've had it forever. I'm assuming you can still get it. I mean, she has a lot of other books as well, but anywho, I'm going to find, now I have a lot of, not a lot, I have a few new brushes. I've been rearranging. I have made so much progress. I have emptied out some drawers, and I'm gaining space, which is Fabaruni. All right, I'm going to try this. I'm going to put out some white paint. I'm going to do white petals. I'm going to do yellow, like sunflower type flowers in her bouquet. Now I can bring my camera down a little further if you think it would be better for you to see what I'm doing. You can't find her book? Oh, I'll have to look. Sure. Hold on, Colleen. It is Kindred Hearts. Now, let me see if there's an... Here, let me give you the ISBN number. Maybe that will help. 1-56770-532-4. Let me see if I can... IBSN number. I've done these too. These are adorable. I forgot I had her book. I mean, there's that other little guy, right? I just love him. Absolutely love him. Anywho. Okay, so I was thinking maybe I'll put a couple daisies on her wings. I might do that. And then I need to get a couple other bumblebees going around, little bees. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to do simple little petals around. And maybe I'm just going to do some of these. Hi, Janet. Good morning. And leave some of them just yellow. We'll see. So I'm going to try first this 2/0 brush. And I'm just going to do little press petals is what I'm planning. So I'm going to just press down and pull up to make a little petal. Press down, pull up. Okay, and probably load my brush most times so I get the same amount of paint. Now, if you want the petal to go the other way and you want the pointy side out, you press down towards your center and then pull up. Okay. I think this size brush will work for me. I want something really small. And some of these are going to be half flowers because they're towards, you know, a... Hi, Marianne. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. It's on Amazon, the book. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so generally, you know, try to do 5 petals. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Now, see, up here where I've got just a little bit of room, I'm just going to see. Now, I'm a twirler, so I'm going to twirl. See if I can hold this steady enough. And you have to let me know if you can't. I might have to go get my other glasses. I'll try to do this with these glasses. All right, so I want the pointy part in, so I'm just going to press and pull. Now this is just going to be a little half flower, and they don't have to be perfect. Oh, Marianne, I'm sure you have plenty to add. Just to say hello is great. Okay. So this one, and I tried to do the 3 at the top first. Now, the more pressure you use, the fatter your petal's going to be. So that's, I'm leaning her up on my Can you see okay? I'm leaning her up on my keyboard. Let's see how that works. But flowers, as we all know, are not perfect. And I'm kind of spacing these out because I think I'm going to leave some dots. Just maybe I'll put one here. And this is all, maybe I'm going to put one there, I think, but I'll come back after I flip her back around. The other thing, too, if you're using a little brush like this, see, you get the clumps. Your paint starts to clump, and then that starts to dry, and that'll give you trouble. Yeah, well, holding it and painting is not too bad, I don't think. Like if you're on a piece of wood, it's not. But see, this is flexible. For anybody who wasn't here on the last live, this is just the back side of an old-timey photo album. So it's not real flimsy, but it's a whittle. It's a whittle flimsy. Just a whittle. Okay, so let me do one over here. See, now I've decided I'm not going to do all of the yellow dots because I kind of went haywire on the dots. So now I'm picking and choosing. Where I want them. Hey, Cheryl, good morning. And I'm kind of, turning and twisting things around. So if I miss a question, just please put it back in a second time. I got to do the bottom of that one. And they can be all different sizes, whatever you like. And you don't have to do flowers either. You can do, I was looking at a Maxine Thomas book earlier because I was thinking this was her pattern. So I was looking in her book. She has one where she has rabbits on it. She did little carrots. So you don't have to do flowers. You can do dot flowers too. You do the dot center and then just put little dots around it. They're cute. Like you're doing what do you call it? Like a mandala kind of thing. I don't know if I say that word right. Mandala. And just a little press and you lift up. See, my brush is starting to get clunky. And if you're a free spirit and you're not as anal as I am, you can just put your petals wherever you want. I'm like in my head, okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. As we say, I am a struggle. But I think it was a good idea that Peg had to put fleurs. Now I got to make sure I don't put my mitt in the wet paint. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Because these are like little puddles, like the dots. These are, little puddles of paint. So it takes, now the acrylic paint dries pretty quickly, but it still does need time to dry. And if you say to yourself or in your mind, oh, I can't do that. If you're sitting in front of the TV, just get a little piece of paper or clipboard or something like that, or piece of acetate, and a little thing of paint and a brush, and just sit there and just keep practicing over and see. Now this dot I got is a little wonky, so I'm gonna put petals around it and hopefully camouflage that blob. I'm gonna put one on her pocket for sure. Same with the, is anybody familiar with a gal by the name of Donna Dewberry? If anybody's really into painting, you probably know Donna Dewberry and her one-step strokes. It's the same with her technique. I messed that petal up a little. It's just practice. I mean, her technique to me is just mind-boggling. I mean, I really like fussing with it and playing with it. But I would sit for hours loading my brush, trying to get, the paint on it just right and try to do those strokes, because her stuff too is amazing. Whoops, is amazing. I always keep stuff all over my keyboard. All right, so I'm going to avoid these dots right here because this is where I'm going to have my little bouquet of flowers. So maybe I'll do this one. I hope I'm not making you dizzy spinning this around. Now, Donna, I think the bigger part of the issue, the bigger part of success for hers type of painting is using the right paint. Like she uses the folk art brand. And if you're familiar with, this kind of painting at all, oh, sure, Cheryl. It's neither. It's the back of an old-timey photograph album. Let me see. I have the top half buried here. Let me grab it so you know what it is. It's just like a piece of really cardboard, I guess. Picked this up at a estate sale, and it had black pages inside. And this is the back. And then it's got the holes in it, where all the pages were tied in. And I'm not going to use it for that. So I thought I would paint on it. And then, I'll just put some twine or wire or something in the top there where it can be hung. I have a friend who really is quite clever. Hi, Riri. At finding really unique things to paint on. So when I picked this up, I didn't think about it. And then the other day I was straightening stuff around and I thought, oh, this is a Lorraine moment. I'm going to paint on that. So here we are. So I was saying Donna Dewberry, I think part of the success in doing her technique is the paint. Like if you are familiar with the acrylic paints, so I mostly use deco art or folk art, and the folk art is so much thicker. See, then she can load her brush with a couple different colors. It doesn't run, and she puts that, oh my gosh, she puts those brush strokes down, and the way the color blends, all the work's done in one stroke. Of course, learning her strokes, I have she has these really cool, not cheat sheets, but like a little worksheet that you can, move your brush and get those strokes. If you put a piece of acetate or something on top of them, they might wipe off clean by themselves too. But yeah, you can sit for hours and just fuss around with it, and practice. Practice. I'm not getting this shape I want. Yeah, check the consistency, Colleen. You'll see. I mean, it's quite noticeable, I think. And if anybody tries her technique and they're using an Americana, I love it. It's hi Angie. Um, really great paint, but for her technique, it's too runny. And it's not runny paint, but it's too runny for that, in my opinion. Girls, I am not this brush here is a 2/0. These are new. I just got these. Golden Maple. There's a whole set. The price wasn't too bad, but I forget now. I'm self-taught. I am not, so I'm just showing you what I do. You don't take it to the bank because this is just how I've found my way, trying to teach myself to paint because I always wanted to. All right, so let's see. Maybe I'll do this little guy. I mean, I would love. Okay, all right, Hanch. Thanks for popping in. The brand, Colleen, is called Golden Maple. I got it on Amazon, and I could tell you, I can let you know. I mean, there were quite a few in the set. See, some of these, and I like the way that, they feel good in your hand. See, I got all these, and some I've already used. See, these I haven't even used yet. These all came in a set, and I don't think they were terribly expensive either. So you've got a wide variety of sizes. I'll have to find that. I can put it, I can get it. I can get that info to you. Yeah, Stephanie from Deliberately Creative is an awesome artist and doodler. Hi, Janet. I think I did say hi. I just don't want to miss anybody. Welcome to those that have come in. And I have a, what was, she was using a velvet brush. One of my favorite brushes. It's a Princeton brush, but it's my liner. I need to get a couple more of these. This one's called Velvet Touch. He looks like he needs his hair slipped down. So I'll probably be using this later. Velvet Touch. And this isn't expensive. See, I don't take care of my brushes, girls. It's just a fact. Just being honest, being real. I don't take care of them. I know myself. I love my brushes, but I beat them up. And so I was looking the other day at something. Forgot what I was looking at. And I saw some, oh yeah, I can't tell you because it's a gift for someone, so I can't tell you. And I was looking at some products and I thought, oh man, what would it be like? Like, could you really tell the difference if you buy a $200 paintbrush? $200. Not that I wouldn't. Girls, I'd spend $500 if I had it on a handbag in a heartbeat. My son says, really? I'm like, yeah, hello. That's just, we all have our things, I keep saying. We all have our things. And you can do do 6-petal, you can do 4-petal, you just do whatever you like. I probably, in hindsight, should have done something a little more that you could see her wings. I did. You can see it a little bit there, like a honeycomb kind of pattern. But I'm not going to go back over it because that would be a nightmare trying to get in the same spots. So let's see. I just saw. Oh yeah, I need a petal here, a little flower here. Now I'm going to do basically the same thing with the bouquet in her hand, but I'm going to put my petals closer together because I want them to look like a sunflower, more like a sunflower. And I want them to look different. Oh yeah, I just thought of this when I was doing this stroke. I'll show you. Because you can do this with a marker too to make what I'm going to show you, how to do a simple little heart. And I've said this before too, if you don't have a steady hand and you think you can't do that, use your pinky finger. Use your pinky finger as a brace to steady your hand. Now I might come back in and do some other petals once I get the bouquet in. But if you load up your brush, or even with a marker, you can make a real cute little heart. Like you just do a comma. So you want to say like a comma this way, and then a comma that way. And then it's real easy to just fill that in and make a heart. See? Oh, thanks, Janet. And I'm not even wearing the right glasses, girls, because so this usually could look better. So even if you use a Posca pen, like if you're doodling something and you want to make a heart and you know that's hard for you, just do 2 little commas back to back. And if you're using a paintbrush, load it up. And then it's easy to just come back in and, straighten it up a little. I do a little better when I have the right glasses on. I don't have my up too close glasses on. Okay, so a lot of times, if you take something apart, and a lot of the other girls have said this too, and Dee Dee says it too, you look for different shapes and stuff, and then you can do a shape, you can do a square, you can do a triangle, you can do a circle with a point on the bottom. Oh, you're welcome, Colleen. That has been helpful for me to do that, especially if you like the country type hearts, and you can drag the comma down, longer and make those hearts with the big long bottom. Big long bottom, not a wide bottom. No, don't go there, Lori. Don't go there. Okay, let's do a little halfy here. Yeah, so I'm excited about these nails. I got to tell you, girls. Oh, I should pull something up. Oh, Colleen, you would love some of this. I mean, I have. Oh, it's out in the other room. It's probably so dusty. It almost looks like a postage stamp. It had a real big fat pig. I did a cow. I mean, it's just the basic shape. It's just how you put your color in and what you put around it. And a lot of that, really is easy. I just painted on a big round jar, big, like a big pickle jar. And they turn out so cute. I just have it sitting underneath a table, a shelf on the table. Oh yeah, thanks, Lori, for dropping that link in. Okay, so I think that I'm going to need a bottom. Let's get one here. And I do better when I put my center in first. Like, you could certainly do these flowers and then do your center. Sometimes you might want to do that, but it helps me with my placement of my petals if I already have my dot in first. Oh, that sounds cute. Love me some mushrooms. Oh, I like pickles. Yeah, that's the kind of thing where you go to the Goodwill and you see a big old pickle jar and you think to yourself, why would somebody bring a pickle jar to the Goodwill? But see, some people don't like pickles, but they want the jar. See how that works? It's a wonderful thing. Okay, I twirled her around again. It's because I'm thinking I might want to put a daisy on my, not too crazy about my hive, but I'm just not going to think about it. I'm very critical. Got to work on that. I got to work on that. Okay, coming down the home stretch here. And maybe a big old daisy on her hat. What do you think? That might be good. I'll use a bigger brush for that. Now, you can also blend a color in here. It doesn't have to be white. Ryan Glitter Grunge. Yeah, I never heard of him either. Sometimes when you look at daisies in the yard, they're not all white. They could have different, a little bit of green, maybe a little pink, depends on what's in your dirt, right? Who was I watching? I was watching somebody. See, these are going the wrong way for me. She was doing a hydrangea. Thanks, Lori. Um, oh my goodness, it was so good. She was doing a basket. Who the heck was that? Somebody I had never watched before. A basket of hydrangeas. It was fabulous. Okay, so this guy needs a bottom. We don't want him running around without a bottom. Now, because her dress is a dark blue, might be hard to see my green for my stems of my flowers. Hey, Judy, good morning. Thanks for coming in. All right, let's see. I think I need one here. I lost my place. I twirled my finger. Oh, there he is. It's down here. I'm getting lost in a sea of flowers. Lori, I love the colorful Tim guy Ryan did. Oh, I'll have to check it out. I've been watching, trying to catch Tim Holtz. And I didn't watch yesterday so much because I'm not interested. Not that I'm not interested. I've got so many cutting machines. I don't need another cutting machine. So I didn't watch. But I was watching one of the older ones where he takes like one of his paper dolls and he's coloring in just a little bit here and there. And then what he does with this, oh my gosh, I could just go crazy. Crazy. Okay, let's see. I've got the bottom of her skirt here. Let's just do another one here. This poor little girl. She's getting flipped off camera. She's getting flipped and flopped every which way. See, now the problem, when I look through some of these books that I had years ago, then I get itchy and I want to be making some more of that stuff. Okay, I want to put a flower. I think I'm going to put a flower here on the beehive. I'm just thinking I want to do that, but I think I'm going to put a green center rather than the yellow. So I've got all these. I had a hard time finding light avocado, so I purchased several bottles when I found it because I make a light bulb of Yoda, baby Yoda, and I used this light avocado. To me, it was a perfect color for him. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't get it anywhere. Now I got all these bottles, and I have an open one somewhere, but I can't find where I have the open one. Such a problem child. Now, you don't have to always have a daughter kit either, a daughter set. You can use whatever. This is an old knitting needle. I don't knit with straight needles anymore. I always use one connected with a cable. I just find it more comfortable. So it was just too cute to get rid of. See, it's got a little wooden knob. So I just used that for a daughter. So I'm going to put a little dot there. I'll make that a little bigger than what it normally would be. And I'm going to put one on her hat. And I'm going to put it right about there. So I'm going to give those a few minutes to dry. Now I pulled out, let's see, Lori, did you put it back? I did. I'm going to use, I don't have too much in the way of yellows. But I think this looks like a country kind of yellow, not too terribly bright. This is cadmium yellow. I'm just going to go ahead and use that. Bye, Marianne. Thanks for coming. And I'm just going to put a little tiny drip of that out. Now I need to find a brush that will, I'm going to color in my bees and try to stay out of my wet paint there. I'm going to let those dry a minute. Oh, I don't want anything too terribly big. What did I do with, I washed a bunch of brushes this morning. Let me try this one. Oh, that might, I don't think that's, see, this is the other thing I do. I have some water brushes and I just want to use those for watercolors. So I'm trying to get myself organized and keep all my water brush paintbrushes, in a separate spot so I don't grab them by mistake. Horrors. That would be horrors. All right, so I'm just going to fill in my little oval body that I have here for my bees. Probably going to need a couple of coats. A yellow is more, I find to be a little more transparent than some of the other acrylic paints. And I like to do things in odd numbers. So I'm going to do 3 bees. These 2 I already have blocked in. Okay, and then I'm going to put one, because I have this, it's kind of bendy here because it was a book cover. I'm going to just put one up here next to her head. Now these are like little fantasy bees. These aren't, for any kind of scientific study. So I like to give them a little pointy hiney. That's just what I like. So let those dry a minute. And then I said I was going to put maybe a couple of daisies on her wings. So let's see here. For years, I just used the bottom of a paintbrush to make a dot. But you need the right kind of bottom, you know. I'm trying to remember. Cheryl, you will love. Ryan, low key, laid back, funny. Did you save Ryan's other? Oh, he has a couple of channels. Is that what he just goes by Ryan? I didn't pay attention to what you had put in, like to the actual channel. I'm gonna see what I'm gonna see what kind of dot this makes. Not too bad. All right, so this one I'm just using a paintbrush, and I'm gonna put a dot there. I just want 3 flowers on her wings. I'm gonna put one maybe here, and I got a lot going on down there, so maybe I'll put the other one down here. So now I'll let those dry. And then I'm going to come back in and do me a second coat on my little beezers. For years, I used to think, you know, to draw or paint, you had to, you know, just have it in your head, sit down and be able to do it. He has been using his glitter grunge greetings lately. Oh, okay. Cool. Glitter grunge. Hell, that kind of gives you chills, right? At least for me, I love glitter and I love grunge. But I was so encouraged when I found Dee Dee Willingham, because she was really the first person that I ever heard talk about, you know, looking at a sample, and it's okay to do that. You know, and that gave me a lot of encouragement, really and truly. So and maybe it's a confidence thing. I don't know. I guess to some degree, it's somewhat confidence, right? I have confidence, and there we go. Why do I always end up singing that song? But I like to look at the picture. And not that I'm going to do it exactly the same, but I don't know. I just feel better. Just looking at it. Of course, now I don't know where I put my book again. Gosh, I work in such a small space. I mean, what the heck? Oh, she slid. She did the slide. Vicki Sherman did the slide. I just want to see now. She gives the bees a little black head, and she always gives them like this. See, even just the placement of the petals is good. Oh, good. Thanks, Lori. Let me see. Let me find our little bee girl. Now I'm going to have that song in my head all day. That's not a bad thing, I guess. Oh, she does a thin. Okay, so here you can see she does. Now you can make your stripes fat if you want to, but see here she does, you know, the little behind. And look at my ugly nail. Sorry. little black behind, a little head there with the little antlers. Little antler thingies. Okay, so I said to myself the other day, Lori, remember where you put your black paint? Because you'll be needing it. Because I got the big jug. Don't want to get the big jug out. Here we go. Black. All right, so we got the black paint ready. And I've got my yellow body. And, okay, I want to paint some wings. And now you can sketch these on, you know, or if you feel confident, don't. Yes, a little behind, a little behind. All right, so I'm going to just go. Now, these I have sketched in. This little fella, I guess I'll put him this away, and that guy is going to be on each side. So, make sure I'm in frame. And then I think I'm going to dig out my Winkostella. Give these little... Now, I'm just going to kind of outline that right now. Let that dry, and then I'm going to do... a wash, I think, because I don't know that I want their wings to be real in your face white. Sorry, Colleen. Pointy behind. Now let's do this guy. This way. And I think for some of us, we just get intimidated with a paintbrush. And if you think of a paintbrush really kind of like a pencil, it's a little less intimidating. The thing is, you just have to stay up, a light touch, stay up on the point, not press down. And you probably will like the results, you know, won't be too bad for you. And I'm just going to do... this guy's little wings that way. And now let's get a little black. If I can get my black open. It's getting harder with the arthritic hands. Yeah, I'm just winging this, if you will. I keep seeing thanks, Lori, and I think to myself, oh, I didn't do anything. What? Oh, yeah, it's the other. Okay, so I don't want this to get too out of control. I can always make it bigger. And I think I want to... I think I might want to see, that kind of just looks like it's sitting on top, right? I'm not liking that so much. So I'm going to make it a little bigger, and I'm going to bring it down into the yellow and hope I like it better. Yeah, I think that looks better. Right. All right, now I'm going to give them a little pointy hiney. And she kind of... All right, and so I'm just going to make a little... like that. And I'm probably I'm gonna get my liner brush out to do my lines. You just want to make sure your lines are curved because I think you'll like them better. A little, you know, straight line kind of makes it look flat, not have any movement, if you will. So if you make a little curve. If you have a chalk pencil, you can just chalk it in. You can always trace it. Put your pattern back on and trace it back in. There's nothing wrong with that. I draw a lot more of these things now than I did years ago because I have more confidence to do it. And believe me, if you're going to show anybody, like your family or girlfriends or neighbors or whatever, they're going to think you're a freaking genius. I mean, come on. Right? Because most people don't do it. Most people don't do it. They think they can't do it. They don't know they can. Right? Okay, so now I just don't want to lay my little girls here in any wet paint, so I'm leaning in. So I got to do this other little bee head up here. There's a little fat head. And like Kathy Arbor's always saying too, you can come in and use a marker and do this, or a pen, especially if you have your little antennae. And then I'll be giving them little dashed lines too, out their butts. It looks like they've been buzzing around. I got him a little on the chubbier side. And then my neighbor would always say, "Oh, well, I didn't do it, but," and then she would say, "I don't sell my stuff, so," which is true. I'm a little more crazy about some of it because I'm going to put this in my co-op. Okay, so now we'll let those dry for a little bit. Oh, you know what I can put in the, let's get something different here. I do like a Phillips head, but I beat those babies to death. So I don't think I have a Phillips head. I'm going to just take, a little round brush here. Oh, it's not that little. And juicing up my white, make a little bit of a wash. And I just want something. I don't know why I use my hand as a palette. Don't ask me. I don't know. It's just, maybe it's because of like face painting. I used to have face paint. And that's just what I do. So I'm just going to put a wash in the wings. His wings, I know they were the drawn on ones from the pattern, but I think they could be maybe a little smaller. This one needs to be a little bigger. I think I have a crooked eye. Murray's always saying she has a crooked eye. I think I have one too. I sure hope I've been putting EST and not M. People will figure it out. Okay, let's see. So if you do any like flea market or yard sales, and you find something really cool to paint on, like even a tin, like a bucket, or gosh, you can really paint on almost anything. I mean, a handbag. Okay, I paint on handbags. You can paint something like this on a handbag. But the problem is, I never know what would a woman want to carry. that if you could paint on a handbag, what would you carry? So I said to my one sister one time, okay, help me think of an idea of something to paint on a handbag. I've got a tub of handbags, which I still do. And I'm just, what would, and you know what she said to me? A frog. How about a frog? Okay, now there's 14 of us in here. How many of you would carry a handbag with a frog on it? Unless you're crazy in particular about frogs. I'm thinking not so much. Just saying. Okay, now I want a bigger brush to do my daisies here. And a little bit bigger for the hat and the, let me try a number 4. Let's see. And I'm going to get out some fresh white paint. And okay, so I think I want to put a little bit of green. Oh, it's the chickens in Maxine Thomas's Booker. Okay, I'm just going to see what this looks like. So I'm loading my brush with white, and I'm going to dip it in a little bit of green. See, and then when you paint with it, then you get, a blend. Now that may be a little too much green. And this brush may be a little too big. So I'm going to go down to a size 2. I'm going down a size, girls, and it didn't involve any food. Colleen, do you have any Maxine Thomas books? I'll have to show you the chickens. Remind me. Okay, just want a little bit of green. Okay, so I'm going to just do the same type of flower down here. Just make it a little bigger. And I think I'm going to give this more petals. Just to make it a little different than our dress. This is a high-end beehive. Whoops. I went right over my center dot. Well, I can redot, so don't make yourself crazy when you do stuff like that, because it's going to happen. Just saying. Okay. All right, where's I'm going to get my knitting needle back out again. Get me some of this green paint, and I'm just going to try not to whack I'm going to make some little dots like that for the center of that flower. Just doesn't have to be perfect. But when you use any kind of dotter, the paint's going to dry on there. It's going to affect the shape of your dots because it'll get fatter and fatter. Fatter and fatter. Okay, so now let's go up to I'm going to use that number 2 again, and I want to go up to her hat. And I think this time I'm going to mix a little yellow in with my, a little bit of yellow in with my And you can go back over your, your strokes. Sting marks on her face? I really should go get my other glasses. Sorry, I just have to spin. Okay, now we need the little flowers on her wings. Making those maybe a little longer petals. Let's do this side too while we're at it. Do this one down here. Can you see what I'm doing? My sister's been watching Angela Anderson. I watch her too a little bit, not all the time. If you have not discovered her, she does, I think she mostly does acrylic. I don't really know if she's totally acrylic. Perhaps she is. And last night she was doing a weeping willow tree. Oh my goodness. She makes it look like Dee Dee, She makes it look so easy. Okay. Okay, making progress. I'm not happy with this flower that I put on it got really wonky. So I may add some more petals here. I think got too much water in my... If I cover up some of that center, I can redo this. It's a center. I'm not liking so much. Girls, I forgot to say that Lori has agreed to be a mod for me, which I appreciate. So I've got Peggy and Barb and Lori. This is getting fluffier and fluffier. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. Okay, I'm going to pull out my liner, which I already had out, but I think I put it back. And I'm going to load that up with my black. I'm going to thin my paint down a little bit because I want it to act more like ink. And, oh, thanks, Peggy. You girls are on it. Okay. And I think I'm just trying to think which way I want I want them to go. Sometimes I can be a little dyslexic, so I want them to go that way. And then I want to put two little dots up here, which I will add antennas. I'm going to let that dry a minute. This brush is starting to wear out. When the hairs start to separate and stand out like it's having a bad hair day, it's time to pitch it. I hang on to them way too long. All right, let's see. This little guy is going to get antennas as well. And then we've got this little fatty up top. Now, like I said, you can make these stripes, you know, chubbier too. Do it the way you like it. Okay. I'm going to let those dots dry a little bit. And I'm going to come in with my green. And try to fix this center. Now I'm going to load up my liner brush again with the green, and I'm going to put in some stems here. And then I'm going to try my hand at some flowers for her bouquet. Laura, you're so cute. All right, I'm just grabbing some of my green. It's got a little bit of the white in it, which is fine. That'll lighten it up a bit. And what I'm doing is just putting some water in my paint, just with my brush. And then when I take my liner brush, I kind of twist it and drag it. It'll load it up with paint, and it'll be more like an inky consistency. You don't want it like milk. That's too runny. But if you do it like ink, it'll flow better for you on your brush. And I'm just going to pull in some stems all witchy ways. Some shorter, some longer. And then I'm going to pull a few on this side as well. Most of that might get covered up, but that's okay because I'm going to be putting flowers. So can you see that? All right, now while that dries, let me see. I've got my, let me see if I can put this on the floor. I don't remember which book Maxine's chickens are in. Let's see. I thought one of them had chickens on the cover. Yep. Oh, Colleen, strap yourself in, girlfriend. You might. Okay, this is Maxine Thomas. This is Country Primitives 5. I don't know how many she has out now. I think my last one was like 7 or 8. She's probably got 14 or 15 or even more now. So this particular book, she's got some chickens. And this, she just has it like, see, on a potato bin or some kind of a bin, it looks like. See, she's got eggs up there and chickens stacked on top of each other. And then she's got this kind of a bin down here where she's got all the panels. It looks like they pop open. And then you've got the little chicks and you've got the eggs. Now let's see. Let me put this little gal up here for a minute. Oh, hi, Elise. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Let me just see her books. I like all of them. If you have books like this, they oh geez, look at me. I stuck some coloring stuff in there. Gosh, that was a flashback. So here's a closer look. Let's see. This one's a bread box. Doesn't have but it's got these kind of little chickens on it, which are also cute. And, you know, they've got the nice color photos of her finished stuff inside. Let's see what else she's got here. Let's just take a moment. Okay, so she's got this one. Now, some of her other books might have chickens and roosters. I don't know. This is just the one I have. See, look, she's got a cute little barn there. What's it say on it? Chickadee. Oh, Chickadee Farms. So she's got those guys, and then the little chicks. And I love eggs in a nest. I love looking at those too. And then she's got this done on a couple of, you know, canisters. I'm trying to get that to clear up a little bit. Oops. Clear up a little bit for you. Oh, my fingernails probably not helping. It's got to be a sweet spot, girls. Not hitting it. But you can see, oh, it's salt and pepper. A tin of salt and pepper. Yeah, look at this, though. I mean, really, look at the vegetables. See, I just love that too, right? That's my problem. I love it all. Let's see what else she's got here. Just trying to pick out the... I mean, I love her Santa Clauses and her snowmen and such. And then she's got a napkin holder. Oh my gosh. These are, look, Colleen, these are the backs of chairs. Can you see them? Oh my goodness. That's the back of a chair. That's like a chicken tureen. You know, it's got the lid with the soup handle coming out of it. Oh my stars. That might be it for that. I think that's it for the chickens. Yeah. So there you have it. Maxine Thomas, huh? Let's see. She's just got other ads here. I mean, this is, I don't know what, I don't know if there's a year here. 1997. This one's from 1997. So, fun stuff, fun stuff. Oh, yeah, Debbie Mom, she was always good, right? Is she still doing stuff? Yeah, but it's just like coloring, Lori. If you think about it, it's just like coloring, especially that. If you get the right things, like, you know, the tracing paper stuff, so you don't like, you don't want carbon paper, because that, you know, you can't work with that for, you know, this kind of stuff. And then you trace it on, and then you use a paintbrush and you just color it in. We'll show you how to do it. Okay, so all right, so now I've got let me see if I can get my little antennae in. Let me see. Oh, I didn't give the bee up top a little, any little antennae. That's so sad. He must feel left out. He must feel left out. All right, I just want to curve these little lines. A giraffe, a giraffe. Where did we see a giraffe? Oh, Lori, I didn't know you liked giraffes. All right. Let's put my little dots in for this guy. I would like to get this finished. Oops. See, this is why you let the dots dry, because I got in that dot and it made his little antenna run a little bitty. In the chicken book, there was a giraffe. Oh my goodness, I was so focused on the chickens, I didn't even see a giraffe. How can you miss a giraffe? Oh, did I show you that? Did I show you that one? I think I missed that one too. That's the tureen one. That's the one that was on the back of the chair. Oh, that is the back of the chair. Hello. Okay, I'm looking for the giraffe. I see carrots. Colleen, are you sure? Okay, not there. And she has little bird houses. The bird. Ugh. See, I don't think I have any fun surfaces to paint on. I guess you could just paint on. Okay. Oh, here she goes. She was right. Da, da, da. Little like Noah's Arky thing. So there she has them. Little giraffes. They're cute. See, but like, where are you going to get that cut out stuff? You have to have a wood maker. Okay, so I've got some black out. I need to do my door of my, let's see if I got enough black here. Am I in camera? No, there we go. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But they're not going to be exactly like what she's got in that book. She might have, at least back then, see, we're talking 1997. She probably had a company that was cutting them for you. And did I tell you I took a class, a live class with her, Maxine Thomas? Gosh, I should have, see, I didn't journal. I should have written that down. It was a whole weekend. It was wonderful. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Steph's art studio. Right there on one of the main roads. I think it was like Route 897 or something like that. Very nice lady. Very, very talented. Well, this looks much better with the little door, huh? All right. So now I'm going to put out some thicket. That's the color that I used on her wings. And I'm going to float some color around. So let me find a decent, I think I'm going to try a flat brush. Yeah, it was really cool because they had not only, it wasn't a big class, so there wasn't too many people. And you could see her real well. We were in a small room in the art studio. And the owner of the art studio lived above the art studio. Beautiful apartment. And Maxine had some of her finished pieces up there. And they had tables set up and they gave us lunch and it was all really very nice. And yeah, really a fun time for me for sure. Okay, so I'm going to get out some, let's see, I've got a dark brown here that I'm thinking, now this is a folk art color, and of course you can see how old it is. See, my label's all correct. Okay. Yes, I've painted on jars. Let me show off a minute. Let me ask my husband to go get mine. This is what I was telling you earlier. I sold the other ones, but I kept one for myself. Hey, hon. You know that big jar that I painted on under the table? Can you get that for me? My handsome assistant will get that for me. So I'm going to use the dark brown to make some centers here. I'm trying to think, do I want to do it that way or should I do it? It's probably really dusty, right? Oh, I have two? Oh, I didn't realize I had two. Okay, this is the big pickle jars. Let me move the camera up a little. So, yeah, and then I just tied some cloth. Oops, yeah. Oh, I guess the other one was a cow, and I think my friend wanted that, so I gave it to him. He admired these every time he came in the house, so I think I gave him the cow. But see, again, real simple pattern. You just color it in. And oh look, hon, look what's in there. Caps to, and this one, the sheep. So real easy. You know, I've got some nicks. I mean, these are old. I did these a long time ago. But yeah, you just have to paint like a base coat on. See, we've learned with the light bulbs, like my husband sprays a base coat on, just spray paint, you know, you get at Walmart. And then I leave that sit for probably a good 4 or 5 hours. I try to leave it sit. And because if you don't do that, when you go to paint on another coat of your acrylic paint, a lot of times it'll roll right off if you paint it on. So even if you don't have spray paint, you want to paint it on, I would say leave it sit like a good 8 hours if you can. And then if you use a sponge brush to get your first coat on, and yeah, and then just go from there. And then I just put on the tan, and in those jars I just put on the tan color. I think I antiqued them a little bit because back then antiquing was a little, antiquing then. I started out really at painting ceramics. So no, you just want your glass clean. Now, see, I am cheap, and I didn't want to buy. They have, glass paint. That's just for glass. Not only am I cheap, but they didn't have a lot of colors that I wanted to work with. So I just used my acrylic. Now, like I said, I've had those for years. You can't put them in the dishwasher or anything. You just have to clean them off with like a damp cloth. You got to take care of them. You can't like knock them around and stuff. Same with the light bulbs. I do spray them with a sealant after I'm finished, but then you just gently, put your image on and then just paint. Maybe I should think about doing a glass project. But it's just decorative, it's not, you can't drink or put food in those puppies, I just I ordered online because it's so hard to find ceramic pieces. And I have a different group of folks that I had two channels. I really kind of shut the other one down and doing everything from this channel. And they really like my ceramics stuff I do. And I just got 3 pieces in. Where do you see these? Okay. I'm sorry. I know some of you are probably like, she's driving me crazy. But these little guys, it took a while for them to get here. And look at this one. Look at her. Sunflower. So these I'm going to do probably as a standalone. But we had a kiln at one time, and I had students that would come. And I am certified with Duncan, which is a big this is a ladybug. Can you see? Of course, that was many years ago. I don't think I could pass a test these days. Look, I got a second. Look, ladybug. How cute are they? Now, when they get painted up, they're going to be adorable. Okay, so I'm going to float color around the other side of her wing. And I need to get the bouquet in. So, how am I doing on? Okay, my sister's coming on at 2. Let me just do this real quick. For those of you who may not have been in early, I was saying my sister is called, she's into essential oils, and then she just started with this company called Red Aspen. And she's going to be a guest on my channel. I'm not sure when. We haven't figured that out. We ordered these nail sets. She calls them Dash, I think. The company's Red Aspen, like I said. Let me see. We ordered several. I'll just show you. They're very reasonable. Here we go. This is what I ordered. I ordered one of these. This is teal. Now, she said they're very good quality. Hey, Carla. Nice to see you. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Hope you're doing well. And these are very reasonably priced. My sister Nance got these. Now, these, I don't know if you can see. See, they got like a little, looks like a little sugar crystal on some of them. Now, there's different sizes in the box. You get, different nails. Oh, I ordered this mostly just for an accent nail. Wonder if they'll clear up. Oh, wouldn't Murray freak at these? Here we go. So my sister's coming on at 2. She's going to do some giveaways. Oh, I got this too. Tulips for Tiffany. See, Red Aspen, that's the company. See, now there's my sister's nail. That's one. She said it takes about 10 minutes to put them on. And she said they stay on real well. Now, some of them have designs on them too. Like she showed a set for summer. Oh my gosh. One was blue that has white anchors on some of them. And the other one was pink with stripes. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Anyway, back in the chat, Lori put my sister's information. Her name's Jackie Donut. You can find her on Facebook. So if you want to join us at 2. So I'm hoping I can get this done. Okay, so let me stop gabbing. All right, so this time I'm going to try a flat brush. I like to use my angle, but my angles are beat up. So I'm going to try a flat. And this is a larger one. This is a size 12. I don't normally use this. This is thicket. Okay, so this is a oh shoot. Sometimes you just have to see. For me, I love having my nails done. My nails usually aren't like this. But when I was in Europe for a couple of weeks, and then when I got back, I was sick. Oh my gosh, I just didn't get to the nail salon. My toes look like claws, okay? Hi, Julie. So I finally got there, And I love my nail girls. They're very good to me, and they're sweet, sweet gals. I spend 60, 70 bucks. By the time you tip, 60, 70 bucks at the nail salon, okay? And I'm thinking, if I could spend 13 or 15 and just go have my toes done, I could buy more art supplies. This is how my head works, girls. Okay, I'm getting way too much paint on here. I just want a little bit, I think. Okay, so I'm just tipping the corner of my brush. I don't know if you can see that. I wet my brush, tapped it off on a paper towel, just got the corner, and then what I'm doing is I'm just pulling it, down on a, use tin foil, glass, this is a dish from Walmart. It's Jackie, Jaci Donut. There you go, Laura. Thanks. Now I did this side of the wing, which really just kind of looks like, a line. But I'm going to try to just get some color on here. Just kind of deepen that edge. This isn't... And what you're hoping happens is that your brush is not too wet and most of your color is up against your object, okay? And it's floating from the water as you work it through the brush, floating across. Now, when you use this kind of technique, you really have to rinse your brush every few strokes, reload. I think this is the color I used last week. For some reason, the color thicket stuck in my brain. Come on, Bill. Let's go. Come on. Okay, so I have the flowers left to do. I love giveaways. I hope I win something. Thank you, Julie. That's very sweet. Thank you. I'm going to flip her again. And I've got the paint to the outside of the wing. Again, I'm using my finger to brace my hand so I don't get all wibbly. I'm just loading more paint on the corner of my brush. Now, in hindsight, I thought this after I was done last week, I would have taken maybe my kneadable eraser and taken some of that graphite back up off of the wing so it's not so prominent. I have her hair to finish too. And I haven't decided. I might do little dots around her wings. I don't know. Maybe not, but I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Okay, so now I had mentioned Wink Estella too. If you like sparkle at all, you might want to think about getting yourself a Wink Estella. Oh my gosh, I love this stuff. Now that's gold. I don't want gold. They have a clear silver. She might have other colors too, but I have clear silver and gold. This is my old clear. And I'm just going to paint some of this in to give my little bees wings. This one's getting ready for the graveyard. Just going to paint that in and give them a little, I'll let that dry. I think there's still some coming out. Yeah. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Maybe a little. Can you see it? A little bit of a shimmer. It's just lovely. I just love it. Love it. Okay, so now I'm going to use some yellow. So I'm going to put some of my Cad Yellow out, just a little bit, and whoop, just put the lid in the green. Not good. And then I have some, I need to get some, I think I need to restock some of my yellows. I have a lot of blue, even oranges I have a fair amount. Just don't have a lot of yellers. And I'm going to use this. This is an old Delta Ceram coat. I guess they're still in business. I don't know if they're still in business. Thank you, Janet. So I'm going to put a little bit of my dark gold. And I'm going to go back to that real little brush, the 2/0. And I'm going to just start making random petals here. I don't think I'm going to worry so much about the dots at first. I'm going to see how I make out, see how it goes. Now I put my stems in. And we'll see how it goes. Okay, Lori, you can open the wink and add water. Oh, Peggy, you have so many great tips and ideas. I didn't know that. Okay. Well, we'll do it. All right, so I'm just going to do random. This scares me, doing random, but this is what I'm going to do. Just got to go for it. And then I'm going to do brown centers. And I'm doing a combo of the yellow and golden flower petals. And then, of course, when you're holding flowers, sometimes they come over onto your little hand. So don't be scared. That one got a little wonky. I should have had my handsome assistant get me other glasses. See, this is the dilemma for me. If I put my contact lenses in, that's great. And I can wear my readers and I can paint fine, but I can't see the screen and I can't read chat. And if I put the glasses on that I should be wearing for painting, I can't read the chat because everything's too blurry. It's just horrible having old eyes. Don't be a fearing. Yep. I'll put some of that brighter yellow around. And I want them to look more like sunflowers is the goal. I've done that. 2 pairs of glasses. Yep. And the sad part is like if I go into a store, sometimes I got 3 pairs of glasses on the top of my head. Okay, now I think I'm going to start putting maybe a little white in here, brighten this up a little bit. Some of these little fleurs. I'm going to mix a little bit of my, and hopefully I'm not, yeah, that should be okay. Mm-hmm. Do a little pressed flower too. I kind of pressed that one down. And then I'll come back in and put, it's a little too bright. I don't want it to get confused with her dress. This is really just kind of a little mishmash of petals. Maybe a little more, huh? Just a little more. And then I've got this dark chocolate brown. And then I'm going to take my thicket green and my liner brush and just add some white to a little bit of that and hopefully do a little highlight on those stems. See, you never know. Now, you can't really see the stems underneath the bundle of flowers. Let me see, I'm off on my camera here. I can't see to get it to focus. It's really weird. Oh, there we go. You can see a little better. But you never know. When you're placing your flowers, you don't want to have to go back and put them in. So if you get them in first, they're there. If they show up, fine. If they don't, that's fine too. So I'm just going to add a couple little light strokes so the little stems stick out a little bit. Okay? Just very simple. Okay? And let's see. Her hair. Okay, so I had the dark brown out because I wanted to do some squiggles in her hair. And I want, let me see. I need something for the center of those flowers a little bigger than what I was using. And again, you know, I'm all, oh, here we go. I'm all getting all organized here. That's way too big. And I want to make some little centers. Yeah, on the sunflower, it is a little bigger of a dot. You know, a big center. So let's just try this. That quick. See, the acrylic paint dries really quickly. That quick, my brown is kind of gummed up. Ooh, yeah, the bees go want the flowers. Okay. And certainly you can fuss around a lot more. I'll do a C. Getting a half dot, that's the trouble. Okay, so I've just got the centers in those little flowers. Okay, so now I'm going to take my liner brush and I'm going to load it like I did before, water and my paint, and make it a inky consistency, not milk, ink. And I need to pull in some more little squiggles for her hair. Get some coming down on her blouse and get some little short ones going. I'm really kind of hitting the top of this a little heavier than I want to. So just, you know, do something like this. Just be careful. You can always go back. Just start out with a light touch. All this is dry now, so I don't have to worry about that so much. And then you can fill this in. I don't think she had it real heavy. Vicki Sherman is her name. I have to go in and remember to change that on my on my other video. Put some down maybe on her collar. And then, of course, if there's anything you want to hide, this would be a good way to do it, right? Okay, so I'm going to fill in a little bit with, I'm going to take some honey brown and no, I'm using, oh yes, I'm sorry, a 2/0 liner, Colleen, and this one happens to be the Velvet Touch. And that's and this one's not, there you go. And but this is a liner. Let me show you the difference. And that's a 0. A lot of people are nervous to use a liner, but it's one of my favorites. When I first started ceramics years ago, I had a girl show me how to use, what did I, oh, there it is. How to show me how to use the liner brush, which is what I just told you. See the difference? See? And I just love it. But you want to roll, you know, you want to, oops, got me all blurred. You want to, you know, pull it and twist it so that it gets that point and use that to your advantage. Okay, so I'm going to put out a little bit of the honey brown, and I'm going to mix that in a little bit of the, what did I say it was, fudge brown? So like a third color, dark, medium, and then a light color. Yes, it's much longer, and, you know, don't let that unnerve you. So I'm going to lighten this up a little bit, and then I might use the honey brown and by itself, or, you know, with the white, to just try to create a little more variety in her hair. You might not see a whole lot of this show up. Yeah, see, it's just not, but see, it's just going to fill in. You could do straight lines too. You know, if you wanted your girl to have some straight hair, you could do corkscrews, really. And you can fuss with this as much as you like. Now I'm going to use that and add a little white, try to create a little bit of highlighting. I kind of stomp my brush down a little too hard to start. And then you don't want to do too much of it because you don't want it to, unless that's what you want. Does she look gray? I'm thinking she might look a little gray. Oh dear. But it's just fun art, right? So the next thing I'm going to do, that might be enough, is get my bead dust in, if you will. Okay. And at some point you have to say, Lori, back away from the hair. As she goes in and puts in more. Back away from the hair. All right, now I am going to look at my the piece that I'm working from, because I want to see what she did for the Bead Trail. And there's the big one. Maybe look at the little. I should have put a post-it note on the page, but no. Oh, so you can hardly see hers here. You can see them better. Oh, so she just did, and then to the house. So you can see them better on the pattern itself. The real faint. I have a feeling I'm going to be a little heavy-handed. So you can see. Where the heck's the rest of her? Where the heck is the rest of her? Oh, you can't really see. Here's the other one. See, it's coming out of his little tail. So really, you can do whatever you want, and really, you could do it with a pen. It makes me nervous using a pen though, because I'm going to spray this to seal it, and I'm just not sure how that would react. So I feel more comfortable with the paint. So let's just do it. And I think that I might just call this done. You know, I'll spray it. I've got a little splotch of paint down here. I might have to see if I can clean that up a bit. That might be. I think I was thinking originally I would put something. I might do a little dry brushing on the background, just a little here and there. And what that involves is, this is for my ceramic days. You know, you use this kind of, the real stiff hairs. And you take and load your paint on like that. And then you take a paper bag, paper towel, something like that. And you take off most of the color. I don't want to take any chances with her. So you just, you know, you work it, you work it, you work it. So really, you're only got a little bit of paint left on there, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to use that on a textured surface, which this is like a faux leather kind of look. And you just, you know, just try to catch the top part. So it's not really, and it's mostly layers, because if you go in too heavy, you might have a problem. On something like this, it wouldn't matter too much, I don't think. But if you're working on one of those ceramic pieces like I showed you earlier, and you're doing her face, ay, 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 you don't want that. And then I was just thinking, her face, I think she needs some little cheek color. She needs a little cheeky. And I've got this little raspberry, Americana raspberry. Let's put a little let's just take the time to put a little. Okay, my sister's calling her thing Daisy's Dash Bash. I don't know why. I don't know why Daisy's Dash Bash. I'm going to do just little, like, I'm going to try little half moons. So again, I'm going to just put a little, just loading a little bit of paint on the corner. And I'm going to do a little, like a little half moon stroke like that. Hopefully on her cheek. Cheek to cheek. I just want to do a little bit. Working that through my brush. Let me see if I can get her where you can see what I'm doing. And I can see what I'm doing. Now you could also dry brush some color in here. Maybe I should go all the way around, like a little circle. I don't know, girls. I'm not sure if I like that. I don't think I like it. Let's let that dry, and maybe I'll dry brush some. I think she needs a little something. She looks a little pasty. A little pasty. Yeah, the half moon thing works cute on a lot of different things, but I'm not sure I liked it there. Okay, what do I do with my liner? I got out my black paint, and now I'm going to do the bead tail trail. And I'm just going to make little dashes right out of his little, if you will, Heiner. And I'm going to wind it down around. I'm just going to lay these in. And then I can come back and make them a little thicker. I'm going to spin this around a little bit, I think. Right to the beehive. Okay. And then this little guy's coming around this way. You just don't want a straight line because, you know, we know bees don't buzz around. Oh, I guess sometimes they do. Make a beeline for it, but okay. Now I think I want to come back in and make that a little thicker. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see. Oh, you're talking to the other Lori. That's fine. Sorry, it's just very confusing. Yeah, Colleen and Kathy do some really cool stuff, and one of the reasons I like to watch too is because they got a lot of really neat stuff. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm off camera. Sorry. I just get paying attention. All right, so I think that's that. And let's see. I'm crazy about this flower on her hat. That looks better. That looks better already. Alrighty. And what else am I missing, girls? Anything? Let me see. I got a little tiny. Wonder if these would show up. See, I'm still not crazy about this flower. So let's take some black. And I'm going to put some little black dots around this flower. Just remember, it does dry quickly, and it'll make your daughter, your stylus, or whatever you're using thicken up. So you want to make sure you wipe that off. I wonder if that just needs a little bit of a highlight too. Let me take a little bit of white. Okay, so I'm getting ready to wrap up here, girls. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate it so much. And if you're gonna stop in at my sister's later, say hi. And like I said, I'm working on that video for in Holly's memory. Oh, thank Peggy. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Oh, a Copic class. Nice. And so this little gal, I think, is finished. I think I'm going to take a little bit of my gold. See, this is when I get fussing and then I get myself in trouble. So I think that's it for me. Don't forget to check out Maria's Miscellany if you're interested in joining in her. Oh, I want it on this side. Collab that we're doing, that she's starting. I don't know if you can really see that. And I appreciate your joining me. Thanks to my mods, Peggy and Barb and Lori. And that's it from South Jersey. So I'll see you around the tube. Don't forget, take time to be creative. Enjoy the journey, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, Colleen. Thanks for being here. All right, girls. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.